The Asian Indian Chamber of Commerce, in partnership with New York, New Jersey Supplier Diversity Council, is all geared for an 8-part series on supplier diversity awareness and education. The first kickoff breakfast event took place today on Wednesday, September 14th at Metuchen Golf and Country Club in Edison. President of the AICC, Rajiv Krishna, spoke on the key objectives of the chamber, which is expanding relationships and opportunities, building awareness of AICC programs, educating the members and forging new value chains. Director, Supplier and Diversity, Komal Dangi, introduced the key speakers: Terence Clark, President and CEO at the New York and New Jersey Minority Supplier Development Council; Upendra Chivukula, New Jersey Board of Public Utilities Commissioner; and Stephanie Locker, CEO of Lockerbie & Company, a strategy and management consulting firm. Let's watch the highlights.
Let me quickly give you a summary of what is BPU, stands for Board of Public Utilities. It is it's a quasi-government agency. It is under the Department of Treasury, and there are 5 commissioners who are appointed by the governor, nominated by the governor and confirmed by the Senate. And depending on who the governor is, governor's party is Democrat, then you have 3 commissioners from the Democratic Party and 2 commissioners from the Republican Party.
People who are not certified as that category. So that's all it is all about. It's just that certification that you are who you say you are, and that gives you the opportunity to bid on set-aside contracts, to avail of programs which large companies have. They have a goal to meet of 30-40% of their spend has got to be in diverse spend. So if you're able to tap into that, that does not take away from the fact that you've got to be a good business, you've got to be a business which can deliver. And big companies help you grow that. As a small business, as you make the journey, they force you to become better business people on your own. So one path to really becoming better business people is to get certified, not just on the dollars and cents of it, but also the fact that it will help you grow. Our community in terms of what is supplier diversity. Our strength comes from our members. So we really want to build our membership with good, not that any business is bad, but we want good, credible business people to become part of our chamber, because our strength, our ability to get big corporations, our ability to get good speakers to our events is strictly dependent on having a good audience for them. If I don't have a good audience and the chamber doesn't have a good audience, chances are half the people in this room are already certified. I mean, if you're in a small minority business, chances are that you're already certified. Just a question of where do you go from being certified? What happens next? So not only are we encouraging people who are not being certified to get certified, but people who are certified, we want to get them to the next level. And believe me, large corporations, that's one of the reasons I want to show the next slide. So learn and grow. Supplier diversity gives me a chance to network with great teams who focus on getting me engaged with the right people for the category that matches our capabilities. So not only will they identify what your capabilities are, but they give you an idea of what your strengths are, how can you build on it. So the other important reason is corporate is really committed to supplier diversity. If you look at it, these are not very clear, but
today to think about the top Forbes 200 companies and guess the percentage of how many companies have a supplier diversity program. So let's see a show of hands if people think that's below 50%. No, you're fine. Well, you blew the surprise. So it is a whopping 92%. So this clearly indicates that there is a correlation between supplier diversity and profitability. Now ask yourself if your company is going to be left behind if you don't have a strategy in place, or if you have one that's simply just not working. The short answer is yes, but it is a massive yes. And here's why. Without supplier diversity, you simply won't be as competitive. Diversifying your supplier base means that you're increasing competition, you're reducing your costs, you have more innovation, and your goods and services will ultimately better align with your employees, your customers, and the communities that you serve. Now, in order to fully understand the diversity landscape, we have to understand the impact. Latino-owned companies account for over 4 million U.S. businesses. African American-owned account for over 2.5 million. Asian-owned are at over 500,000. Veteran-owned are at over 2.5 million, totaling $1 trillion in revenue. Women-owned have a whopping 13 million, totaling in 1.8 trillion in revenue. LGBT-owned have 1.4, contributing to 1.7 million in revenue. The average percentage that I see despite these numbers with diverse companies or corporations is less than 10%. With the amount of impact that diverse companies have on the economy, this percentage is extremely low. We need to start moving the needle, and we need to move in a really large way. I encourage all the companies in this room to develop meaningful relationships with vendors, advocate for them, and help them give a true opportunity. The most powerful aspect of this chamber is the network. Now that we understand the large demographic of diverse suppliers, how does this impact your consumer? In a study done for Coca-Cola, 49% of their consumers were more likely to use Coca-Cola product from just learning about their program. 25% were more likely to think favorably about the brand. And 45% are more likely to perceive the brand as valuing diversity. There's a clear value in having a program. Now what's next? Now it's time to build one. There are 13 best practices to do that, but I'm going to highlight a few of my favorites. Leadership support. You absolutely need executive buy-in in order to achieve your goals. You then want to align those goals with your overall business objectives. Leverage your internal employee resource groups. They will help you drive the change throughout your entire organization, and they will be your biggest advocates. Incentives. Get really creative with rewarding your employees for actually using diverse suppliers. Then track your progress. Make sure you're measuring what's working and what's not so that you can adjust. When it comes to tracking progress, we often see companies struggle the most when it comes to executing a really good strategy.
Is one of the 23 organizations nationally that make up the National Minority Supplier Development Council. So our particular council, which has been in existence for 49 years, covers the entire state of New York, northern and central New Jersey, up to and including the capital, Trenton. We have 1,300 businesses that are certified with us and 155 corporations that are members. So I'll go into that in a moment. But what is all of this? You know, you've heard some information regarding certification. That's one of the things that we do. And what are we certifying?